Oh my gosh, come on in, fellow pop culture aficionado.
Or our moms.
Hi, moms. And join us on the couples couch. We saved you a seat.
We're Tanner and KB Cunningham, a married couple who dish out hilarious banter and spark interesting conversation.
From the wild world of reality TV and the furthest reaches of the internet, we're here to unpack it all. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating intersectional world of pop culture. Hello and good morning from the couples couch.
Welcome back to the couples couch.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. What a musical Monday.
It's going to be a musical Monday. And before I get carried away on this musical Monday, do you want to hear the rhyme of the day?
I would love.
Okay. She's still part of the Braun brand. And she was cheering like his biggest fan. All this today on our Clickbait Culture Stories with the couples couch. Hi, hello. It's been a minute. How are ya?
Listen, I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing really good. I actually feel super rested.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great weekend.
Yeah.
I'll get into like all the details of that later, but like, yeah, lots of prep work, lots of rest. And honestly, like it's the first time that we've hung out just together, like, and got to hang out and enjoy it in a little bit. So it's been nice. Everything we do, we hang out all the time, but like, we do stuff all the time. And so it was nice.
It was nice just to be. Yeah, I agree. It was a good weekend. I had a good one.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I loved it. We spent a lot of time outside, went to the pool for a little bit. We got some little bit of sun.
I was asked if I was your father, though. I thought.
Yeah, talk about that.
Okay, listen.
So it was Saturday morning.
Yeah, it was Saturday morning. We were at the store, and the lady asked if I was a dad. I thought she asked me if I was your father. I looked at this lady so cross-eyed. I was like, excuse me?
And I don't even know if your glasses were on.
No, I don't think so, because we were transitioning from inside to outside, so I was taking off my sunglasses, putting on my glasses. So I was just like, what?
What did you say to me?
I was super offended.
She looked so confused. She was like, are you a dad?
Yeah, and then you said, well, just to a dog. And I was like, oh, and then I understood the question, so I changed my tune immediately.
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah, happy Father's Day. I was like, yeah, we don't have any like malice towards you, just four-legged children, and we just didn't know what you asked.
Yeah, no, that's why I ended it nicely with her, because I didn't want her to think I was a douche, but I was just like, hey, I didn't know what you said, apologies. And I couldn't see you, so I think that's why I couldn't hear you either. Well,
and then I proceeded to tell the story of like my Meemaw, whom she's married to my gang. And they used to always ask them if that was like her son or something, because he always had bright red hair and her hair like went gray much faster. It's such beautiful gray, but yeah. So I was like, it's okay, that happens to my grandma all the time.
Yeah. So over the weekend was Father's Day. I hope everyone got to celebrate their dads.
I hope you had fun with your daddy.
Or your daddy, yeah.
Yeah. Your dads or your daddy, whatever went best for you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all the dads who weren't just stepdads, but the man who stepped up.
Literally.
And all the parents out there. We see you. We love you.
We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just parenting to Brooks. Brooks gave you a Father's Day present, which was
a bath.
Which
I very much appreciated. He was in need.
Brooks was disgusting and dirty, and he needed a little bath. So he got a little bath for Tanner's Father's Day gift, and we actually have been watching a lot of TV.
So much TV. It was. I haven't binge watched TV like this since the last time we watched Maths.
No, truly. We don't really binge watch TV like that. Actually, it may have been the last time we watched Survivor Australia.
Fair.
Last time we watched Australian TV, we binge watched it. And I love Australian TV. It's so good.
So good.
But we started watching Maths, regular Maths, Maths America. Yep. You can find it on Maths Lifetime. But we watched it on Philo, yeah. We have 7 days free subscription, so we're trying to get in as much as possible, which means we've stayed up later. I've been clickety-clacking all of it.
Yeah, the emails are cooking and brewing. But listen, if you don't know what Maths is, Married at First Sight.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking some people might not know the acronym, but yes. Yeah. So it's a TV show that's on Lifetime, and it's really good this season, I will say. What piqued my interest initially was the fact that they filmed it in Denver.
Yes. So the other day, Tanner and I were on our way to Denver, and I was like, have you heard that people call Denver like Menver because like the men are so horrible and like they're highlighting like dating here? on 2 shows this year. And he was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, I think one's already come out. Let's look it up. And that's how we got here, is because we wanted to just see what it would look like for people to be on this show in a city that we are adjacent to, go to all the time, also dated in.
Right, for sure.
So yeah.
So that's what initially piqued my interest, and the couples kind of kept my interest going. I was very intrigued by several of them. I disliked several of them initially, and I was right in my dislike. For Orion specifically.
Orion was so mean to Lauren, and we won't get into all the drama of it, but it was so good. We've watched a ton of episodes. It's fully out right now, so go and if you have a Lifetime subscription, hold on real quick. Isn't it whack that you have to, Lifetime isn't like Lifetime when we were kids. So Lifetime used to come on like channel 27, 28 when I was a child, with my local cable provider or whomever. Now you don't get Lifetime like that. You have to have like a specific Lifetime subscription. Basically, if you use YouTube TV or anything else, you have to pay specifically to Lifetime. Isn't that wild?
It is wild. And like, it's something that that was really country. It's something that I can just not bear to do, because we have so many subscriptions already.
Yeah.
And like, there are one-off shows on Lifetime that I really like MAFS specifically. And whenever MAFS, they air the Australian version, like I might have to re-up some subscription. But like, it is ridiculous. Like, why are they not on Peacock? Why are they not with Hulu? Like, they need to be somewhere instead of separated, because I'm not doing it.
I know, it's giving broke. It's giving like having to get a subscription to PBS.
Yeah. Literally.
That's what it's giving. Because I'm just like, Lifetime, most of the time you just show me like videos that I watched when I was a kid. I've already watched all of the lost things. Dance Moms. I've watched all of the sad movies. I've watched all the Hallmark movies. I've watched all the people getting murdered. What's that show that used to always come on during the day? I've watched all of the Snapped.
All the Snapped.
Like, I was 14, fully like ran through with all the Snapped. So like, I'm good. I don't need that part, but I do want to watch this part. And so you tick me off with that. It's giving, you do all like special videos for women during the day, and you're going to charge me at night.
You know what I think the real interest to me Snapped was? It was kind of like the podcast, because it was a TV show, but they were like really poor like sketch drawings or like really poor actor reenactments. And so a lot of the times I would actually just listen to Snapped in my car on Sirius XM and like loved.
No, dude, it makes so much sense. And yeah, I used to love that one. There was one other one.
Like,
there was
really
an older
need the
man.
visuals, you know? Like, the visuals added, I guess, but like it would put me straight to sleep too, Snap, because I could just listen to it.
Yeah, and the voices were all like, and did you hear Shelly? This time Shelly went to the store, but Shelly wasn't met at the store with who she thought she was going to be met by. Shelly was met by.
Can you stop?
No, literally like, yeet. Yeeted. Goated. Yeah, so I say all that to say that's ridiculous. Yeah. But I am enjoying MAFS. There's one couple that like didn't get married. So we start the show with shock and awe as this man gets stood up in the altar. The lady immediately sees him and she's like, I can't do this. And I say respect, okay?
Well, I'm a little upset with her, though, I will say, because she did set this man up. She gave him a sword and a crown, y'all.
Yeah, like, she was weird.
That was strange. And then for her to turn on him after he stood up there at the altar waiting for her with the said crown and sword that she gave him, I would be upset.
No, literally. I'd be fighting for my life with that sword.
No, literally. He continued to wear the sword and crown throughout the whole season. Like, that was his, like, gimmick.
Yeah, that was really weird. But we find out later in the season, like, that he ends up getting remarried. They end up honeymooning in Denver for a little bit, I think.
Right. Chloe and Michael get married.
Yes.
And then because they're like a later couple to get married, all the other couples go to Mexico, a beautiful resort in Cancun.
Yes. And this couple like gets to go to Colorado Springs, but their first night they stay in Denver. And it made me think about, I actually wanted to share a little bit about our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So our honeymoon, we did something similar, actually.
We did.
If you don't know, Tanner and I got married in like 45 days.
Yeah.
LOL. People still think we're like pregnant. Yep, we're not.
No.
LOL cute.
Right.
I have a story for that later. Just it still haven't fleshed it out yet about how somebody told me why I couldn't get pregnant. I'll give you pieces of it and then we'll give you the whole story later.
God, 2.5 years later, we're still not pregnant.
Still not, guys. Yeah. Still not. And it's on purpose. Shockingly. Shocking to all of you. This is a choice. But yeah, we did our honeymoon in Denver and loved it. We stayed in the Ritz and we spent like 3 days there. And honestly, like Denver is an easy place if you don't want to get away, like take for a long trip. It's a great place for that. We rode our scooters around town. We walked and got our food everywhere.
We did.
We enjoyed little spa treatments.
Yeah.
And we just like, we had the best time, and actually went back up to Golden where we got married, like during our honeymoon, which is only like 20 minutes away max.
Right.
But yeah, we loved honeymooning in Denver. And then after that, what we did was we decided to take like a 4 or 5 day, like little mini moon. And then we traveled every like 3 weeks for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it was fabulous. 6 months to like, we traveled the whole year, but like we decided to do it that way. And so just to give you all
And most
any
of those
ideas.
were road trips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We road tripped. We ended up going to St. John, which was not a road trip. It wasn't even a part of the plan, but
No,
ended up
that
being like
was-
the best part of the plan. But we road tripped. We went back to Golden one time. We stayed at the Eddy Hotel. We loved it. We called it the Edie Hotel, like Grey Gardens, because if you don't know about Big Edie, Little Edie, you need to go
You
watch
need
Grey
to.
Gardens and figure it out.
It's on
Okay.
HBO Max or Max.
Yeah, it's so good. It is literally a wild cinema of the time. We also went to Moab. We went to Salt Lake City. We did
Maybe an original docuseries. Just thinking about that. I wonder, it has to be like one of the first. Sorry.
No, it actually is. It was filmed by the same people that filmed Capote's. So Capote did his memoir, like filming before he passed away.
Yeah.
And the same people that filmed for Capote, because Lee Radswell is close with them. She
Right.
helped them film Grey Gardens. So yeah,
Cool.
it's one of like the earliest, like coolest like ways to do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, all that,
Yeah.
like so many weird, cool connections. But we did that and we loved it that way.
We loved Golden. So yeah, we went back. We went to Utah several times. That was amazing.
We just did like little getaways here and there to like other small mountain towns. But like we just tried to make the most of it, like in the Bank Fire Buck. So we're like, yeah, we're going to enjoy it here. But like we want to explore the state that like we're obsessed with. And we
Yeah.
want to explore the West, which we're obsessed with together. So like we did all that. We ended up going to St. John. Then I ended up getting a new job.
Right.
And we ended up traveling all year too and fell in love with New Orleans after that. That's part of how we fell in love with New Orleans is
Yes.
from like our travel, and then just always extending our trips. And so when I travel for work, we try to always extend the trip early or later and like budget to do super fun things the whole time. That way everything feels like
Yeah.
a little vacation.
And we just love New Orleans. We're actually going back very soon. And my parents have a connection. They actually eloped there, and I went with them.
I
And
know.
it was
I
so
love
fun.
that. It's one of
Yeah.
the sweetest
Took a
things.
train ride to New Orleans.
I love NOLA so much. People, man, if you don't understand the magic of New Orleans, you just need to get on a flight
Mm-hmm.
and figure it
Or
out.
train, bus, car,
Mhm.
however you can get there, go.
Yeah, you went by train when you were a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I love that. And I loved, I'll like take us back to maths. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like just like we did, you don't have to do it the way, if you're getting married or if you're just wanting to steal away time, it doesn't have to look like what you always thought it looks like. We always saw people are like, oh, we're going to this all
Like
inclusive.
I thought we would do that.
Or
Yeah. Same.
yes,
Yeah.
we thought we were going to do those things. And like we ended up like taking a completely different turn, and it was really cool. So we highly suggest mini moons and mini mooning all year long and doing that with your honeymoon budget.
Yeah, it just feels like almost more bang for your buck, really, because like you said, like it's several like individual smaller things instead of like all at once for 7 days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more spread out.
Yeah.
that's
And
fun.
so I think we took like 4 trips like specifically for that.
Yeah.
And we probably ended up honeymooning like 24 days instead of,
Right.
yeah. And
7.
so, yeah, just like think about it. Think about how you want to do it. Think about how you want to budget it. You don't have to make it all look the same as everybody else. Like
Literally.
that's all I wanted to say about
No,
it.
that's such a good point.
But we were supposed to go to Mexico.
Yes, we were. And then my passport, the U.S. government decided to change my middle name to Ruth. So we weren't able to go.
We weren't able to go, but we are going back soon. We'll figure that out. It's all happening. But yeah, until then, we'll be in New Orleans very soon.
Can't wait.
And yeah, I'm loving
What are you most looking
maps.
forward to in New Orleans?
I'm most looking forward to, there's 2 things I'm most looking forward to. I'm going to have to say like the people, because there
Yeah.
are people that we love
Obsessed.
that we're getting to see. We're going to
Yeah.
see our friend Hannah, who I'm so close with,
Mhm.
to our friends Astrid and Ileana.
Yeah.
They are such a cool couple, and we
Yeah.
love getting to spend time with them and getting to honestly see like just other folks. I'm just excited. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
And the food.
And the second, this is actually like my super favorite, but I love people. The food. The food is so next in level.
No, it's
like, I don't know if you
unmatched.
heard me explicit myself this there. Like, I just like, that's what that was about. It's so effing good, y'all.
No, it really is.
There's nothing like the food in New Orleans. The people are unmatched. The food is unmatched. The culture is unmatched. I'm just obsessed with that place.
Obsessed. Hot take. I'm not as obsessed with beignets as most people, but like love, respect,
No,
honor.
literally could give a flip about a beignet.
Love, respect, and honor, but like never like my first choice.
No, I don't really care about the beignets. Honestly, I go to New Orleans to eat food.
Right.
I don't go to New Orleans to eat dessert. I go to New Orleans to eat
same.
food. Like I want savory,
Yes,
delicious.
I want a
It's
jumbo
the
crab, crawfish pie. Like I need
yes.
savor.
I love to savor the flavor, the Creole flavors.
Yeah.
What else do we eat there that's just so delicious? Well, they have French cuisine, they have Creole cuisine, and yes, all of that's like already like they're all interconnected. There's the Cajun part of it, like because all of those cultures are like somewhat different.
Right.
Yes, people all like put them in like this melting pot, but like that's not true. And I need to go Google my own New Orleans history as like I'm talking about this. Like I'm like, oh, I need to go educate myself some more. I don't feel educated enough, but like it's just next level.
Next level.
There is a place that I'm really wanting to try while we're there. It's called Miss River Nola. I've showed you, I think, a clip of it, and then our friend Hannah told us that it was delicious. So we'll have to check it out.
We'll have to check it out.
You know who else has been getting checked out?
Ooh, who?
Miley Cyrus.
By?
Herself.
What do you mean?
Because I watched this really cool Miley Cyrus documentary this weekend, and so did you.
I was like, you? I'm like, I was also present.
No, we both watched it, and we actually, as it's going to lead into this next story, our first story of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
But we watched David Letterman and Miley this weekend.
On My Next Guest Needs No Introduction or something, some long-winded title from David Letterman on Netflix. It was great though. Yeah,
it's like, I think he just goes like, it's called like My Next Guest is what it goes by.
Well,
and we've seen this before.
better.
Like we've seen Kim do like his whole, like a whole tech talk on like My Next Guest.
Sure.
We've seen like all kinds of people do it. Miley was literally my favorite. She took it and spinned it all the way around.
She made it her own. From the beginning, she said, David, this is not your show anymore. This is my show. And I'm going to introduce myself. And I loved it. And like just to take the ownership. And like they just had such funny rapport and banter. Like Miley's funny.
Miley is so funny. I should have known.
Funnier than David Letterman, I would say.
No, she's funnier than David Letterman. And I told you, this makes so much sense that she was funny because Hannah Montana had me slapping my knee when I was a kid.
You were obsessed with Hannah.
I loved Hannah Montana. And it was just like, honestly, it was like my secret obsession. Because once again, the people who watched Hannah Montana in our class, I was like, I'm not watching Hannah Montana. It's like a little kid's show. And I would like literally go home and watch it every day. And they didn't know I would say like, I'm not watching Hannah Montana. It's a little kid show. But like, that's what I felt. And so here we are.
Here we are.
Life's what you make it. So let's make it rock. Let's make it rock. And Miley also talked about having hard conversations, rocky conversations with her godmother herself, Miss Dolly Parton.
The queen.
So the Daily Mail headline is Miley Cyrus says she had a tough conversation with godmother Dolly Parton over her 2024 Grammy performance of Flowers.
I feel like we should do the next ones. Whenever you do them, you should do them sing-songy, and I should guess the melody.
Okay.
Okay, I like that.
I'd love to do that.
Okay, great. But yeah, so Dolly, she actually talked about this in the documentary with, or whatever it was, the episode with David Letterman. She was saying that like the Grammys people, like she was practicing and performing like the day before the Grammys was set to air, and she's like, yeah, I mean, like I feel pretty comfortable. I might be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
and they're like, excuse me, what do you mean might? They all started scrambling, like freaking the F out. They're like, excuse me, you're like headlining, like you're the biggest reason that people are coming to the Grammy, like you're gonna win.
Flowers was such a big song last year, like. Yeah. They obviously knew she was going to win.
Right.
And she had this huge performance. But yeah, she was walking around going, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Grammys or not.
Yeah.
And that's what she told David Letterman. And that's what she also told to her
godmother, Dolly. And Dolly said, Miss Miley. Now that is actually kind of crazy talk. She said, baby girl, you're going to go out there. You were going to perform and give them the show of a lifetime. And you know what? That's what she did because we loved her big hair.
We loved it. And what I love about and she said, don't forget about the beauty, the hair, the makeup, the whole show. It's armor for us. And she said, you always do this to me. You'll do it. You do you and I'll do me. And together we'll be us. And I love that from Miley.
Dolly,
and I love that from Dolly.
You can never make me hate Dolly.
No, literally. Hold on. I'll say it again for y'all to forget. Because honestly, in all this competition culture and all of this, like I even sent this to like something like this to my cousin the other night. She was like this. And I was like, there's enough to go around for everyone.
Literally. Yeah.
Like there really is enough to go around for everyone. And so let me reiterate this.
Please. What did Dolly say?
From Dolly Parton to Miley Cyrus, but in general about life.
Yes.
You do you and I'll do me. And together we'll be us.
Literally.
And yeah, Miley goes on to explain, she wasn't telling me to be Dolly. She wasn't telling me to be fabulous and hide the sparkles in hair. She was telling me to be me. And I remember our first meeting when we were so young and like saying, she goes on to talk about that of just like, Dolly doesn't need me to be Dolly. And I also don't need to be Dolly. I get to be Miley. And that's what makes like our relationship so special. And I think that's like so important in the industry of like being yourself. And like, even though you're having to carve out all these things and like go to brands' demands and do all these things to make it like,
people will connect with that authenticity if you're yourself. Yeah,
absolutely. And like, that's like what we believe the most is like, if you can be authentic, then like we can talk about it.
Yeah.
We can do it. Like I buy into it. We talked about it on New Jersey the other day, like with Danielle. And we were like, this is so wild. Her fashions look weird. But then I saw the kids do it and on the stage and I was like, but we believe in authenticity and I believe in somebody's passion and like their realness. And so you can even hear it in my voice right now. Like just, yeah. So I love that about Dolly. I love that about Miley. I'm glad they're having tough conversations. There's conversations she said that we will never hear about. And I love that too.
Yes.
It's so important to have space of like, Taylor and I call it like what is sacred almost of like what we don't share with the world. Like that's our intimacy. That's like our sacredness. And that's also in friendship. Yeah. And that's also in other relationships and other practices. And so I believe in that. Go ahead.
Well, and something that she even talks about in the interview with David is like that she had to learn in life. There are things that are for just you. There are things that you share with the world. There are things that are private. There are things that are for people in different relationships and like for groups of friends. And then there are things that you keep to yourself. And so like, I love that she's on that journey and she made it very clear and set up a very distinct boundary with David because he kept prying. He was like, give me something about Dolly. Give me something about Dolly. And that's when she was like, listen, like there are certain things that I've learned are sacred and that I won't share. And like, I'll give you something. And then she gave us that. And that was great. But like, I loved it. Shut that man down.
It was so meta actually. I'll bring up Tot in just a second, but like it was such a meta conversation about the industry. If like you pulled back and like take about like what she's saying, there's so many layers to it. Then we talk about this being an intersectional podcast. Like there's so many layers to what Miley was talking about with fame and like what's that done for her and like having to like break apart like who is Hannah Montana versus Miley Cyrus, who is Miley Cyrus in connection to fame, who is like thinking about like who is the persona that I've given you versus the person that I actually am. And so much of that is meta. I think we're getting that right now from Taylor Swift herself on the Eras tour in the Taylor universe. I think we're getting it from Miley. I think we're getting it from Billie. Like I think we're getting it from so many artists right now of like you get what I give you.
Yeah.
And you don't know a quarter of it. You just get to see the art that I've created from it.
Love. And that's how it should be. Like they shouldn't have to give them their whole selves to like the audience, you know, like there are certain things that they should have reserved for themselves.
Right. They're human. Get my persona.
Yeah.
And I'm a human being at the end of the day.
Literally.
And that's how I truly feel about that. And so I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. And we do have a little bit of a Tot update.
Oh, let's hear. I'm excited about this Tot update.
Our girl, Tass.
Taylor Allison Swift.
We love her. Task Rights Management. She was in Liverpool all weekend.
Right. Performing, yes.
She was performing. And you know what? She actually, there was like a lot of spark controversy on Thursday night, Friday morning, I believe, about Taylor Swift watching Travis Kelce's Kansas City Chiefs ring ceremony from Liverpool. She joined the party.
Oh.
So she was up like live tweeting at like 4 a.m. and people talked a lot about this because Taylor was also like had a cold on stage. We saw her like throw snot basically.
I was going to say snot literally dripped out of her nose onto her hand onto the stage floor. Like she needs a Z-Pack and needs to go to bed. She needs
a break and we love her. And you know, like I just don't know. My thought on this is like, how is she actually up tweeting? Like, how did she set an alarm? I'm also unhinged that way, though, that I would set an alarm and be like, oh, I'm going live on this real quick. And then I'm going to go back to bed. So like, but I just don't, it could never be me. Okay.
Also, if I have assistants, don't think for a second I wouldn't be like, hey, Sam, you got to wake up at 4 a.m. and text Trav and tell him I love him. He did so great because I'm asleep. Thank you.
I'm going to pay you an extra $4,000 to get this done. Let's go. That's what I would do.
I love the support that it seems like she is giving, right? Because they have always supported each other like throughout their relationship, which is really nice to see. Like we love a supportive king and queen, respect. But I highly doubt, from a logical standpoint in my brain, I highly doubt that Taylor Allison Swift was up at 4 a.m. to congratulate Travis.
No, I truly agree. And she just like, she's been giving us so many bangers and bops and mashups. I'm just like, Like, I don't, for me, like this is just the headline, and Taylor's been like gutting us at the Eras tour with her surprise songs.
Gutted.
Deaded.
Gutted.
Like, hold on. Let me just pull them up real quick. So she did her whole thing in Liverpool. She had her 100th show. Everybody was watching for her to do something wild on her 100th show. And what does she do? She plays Maroon and Cornelia Street mashed up, which I just fell over.
Deceased.
Truly. Because, you know, it's Maroon. Breaks my heart every time. And then you're going to put Cornelia Street with it. And that date was like also like 10 years before, where the photos of like Carly and Taylor at the Garden Gate. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot for me, as you all know, in my brand of Swiftyism. But she's going to be performing, I think, tomorrow again.
Oh, really?
And then we get her all weekend. So Taylor is really putting everything in all of her shows, and I cannot wait.
Well, I hope her little nose is cleared up.
Yeah, I know. That's what I need for her. I'm like, I need her to be well.
Literally.
She needs to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And she is wealthy and wise. So let's just hope she's healthy.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, but let's get the third, Taylor.
Let's get the third for our girl. Yeah. So that's our Taylor update. I'm obsessed with her.
Update.
She's like gutting us.
Gutted.
She's gutting us all Pride Month long. That's what she's been doing. If you can pick up what I'm putting down. All right.
Are you going to sing song this one?
Oh, yeah. How should I do it?
I think you should think of a melody in your head and then just sing that.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da. They're celebrating 27 years of marriage.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da. It's the one and only D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a throwback. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't catch it
Okay,
initially.
yeah.
Can we do some more modern takes next time?
I'm trying to do like
next time. We'll do it next time. But that was good. Thank you. Congrats. I just didn't
I
pick
just
up on
don't
it.
feel like I can rap the other parts of Snoop that like I really know.
No, but you're not supposed to rap it. You're just supposed to give me the melody with the headline.
I just don't know how to do that with Snoop Dogg, because the only thing I was thinking about was Snoop. And then he talks about, do you remember that music video?
Yeah,
I was
of course.
so
Missy
tore up.
Elliott. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the pimps in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot.
Sure, drop it like it's hot.
No, that's what I was going for.
Oh, well, you
So
crushed.
yeah, well, Snoop has dropped it like it's hot for 27 years
Aw.
with his wife, Shantae Brodus. Congratulations.
Another person you'll never hear a bad word from my mouth. Snoop Doggy Dog.
No, literally, Snoop is, I'm just obsessed with him. I think he's adorable. And that's like the last thing Snoop wants to hear from me.
No,
This
for
little
sure.
white girl
For sure.
from Colorado thinks I'm adorable
He's like,
because
"That's
he's
bitch."
bad to the bone.
No, for sure.
But he matches his wife. He does what he's supposed to do. And I'm obsessed with him. Hold on. I don't even know if you've seen the pic. Like,
Oh my gosh.
he's
so
the cutest.
sweet.
He's in this matching. So our Daily Mail article that we're reading off of, Snoop celebrating 27 years of marriage. He's in a matching outfit with his wife. Like, and they're
Obsessed.
all in pink together. And, you know, 27 years is a long time to be with someone and to choose someone and to think of them and like put their needs first and vice versa. And for when they don't choose your needs first and like how you handle that. And like when, you know, like people are selfish. It's natural. Like I'm selfish in our marriage all the time. Like, you know, so to do that for 27 years with someone,
It's huge.
it's just an incredible accomplishment. So like what I have to say is congratulations. Well done.
Well
I'm
done.
obsessed with you. They've been renewing their vows for years and I
That's a
love
lot.
that.
I think at milestones that's okay, but like every year, I'm sorry, I can't.
No, they haven't done it every year. They just like, they did like briefly slip in 2004. So like they reconnected and like,
Oh, I didn't know.
they just briefly split, but in 2008 they renewed their vows and he said she is irreplaceable.
Okay, well that's different. I thought you were saying they every year had to renew their vows.
No,
those
but
people I don't know.
I just
from.
love it when people take a step back to like renew their vows. I think like, you know, when you've committed to somebody like that, it's a big deal. And
Yeah.
so like, I think probably like every 5 to 10 years to
That's
take,
what I'm saying. Milestones.
yeah.
sure.
And you don't even have to post it about it. Like, it's just like, we take a step back together and we're like, how do we want to renew this? What do we want to
will be
commit to each
posting our
other?
next ones.
What'd you
'cause
say?
I said we will be posting our next one.
Yes.
But
Our next one
our next.
with a photographer who doesn't
Yeah.
shame me for not having children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to not be shamed.
That'll be great.
More on that story later. I'll just keep teasing it.
Little breadcrumbs.
You
What
can hear
else?
the breadcrumbs drop. Okay, what else?
What else?
Let me hear you say, "Hey, Miss Carter."
Hey, Miss Carter. I love that song. Now, this is a very interesting story. I can't sing song this either. I'm so sorry to say.
I know. I'm trying to think
It's
about.
so hard. I gave you an impossible task, so that's on me.
It's okay. Beyonce. People are wondering where Beyonce is because. Yeah, I can't. That's just too hard. Where's Beyonce's music industry is wonders after Cowboy Carter's success, Diddy abuse scandals, and insiders report.
So I saw a TikTok on this 2 days before this Daily Mail article came out several days ago. And this creator, I don't remember your name, so sorry, but if I find it, I'll repost it. They did say that Beyonce dropped like the greatest country American album of all time and then literally left the States. What does that say about the state of like the Grammys, the music industry, country music, all of those things? Like,
no, that's true.
And so I don't know if she's doing it as a stance, like to just be like, especially after the speech that Jay-Z gave at the Grammys last year, whenever he won Man of the Year or whatever the award is.
Yeah.
And he brought
in February.
He brought up the fact that, you know, by the Grammys own metrics, it doesn't make sense that Beyonce has never won Album of the Year because she's the most like celebrated Grammy artist of all time.
No, she's the most winningest Grammy artist of all time. Mm-hmm. She spans across genres, and so much of Cowboy Carter was that.
Yeah.
There is like what's the song? I think it's at the beginning of Yaya. I can't remember.
The Linda Martell show, like
Linda
all that
Martell,
little piece.
That's what I was thinking about. Like so much of it was an ode to that of like genres is I think she says genre is a funny little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's meant to confine people, but like
and like that's like not what we're here to do. Yeah. And what I will say is I've noticed Beyonce, I haven't seen her do any performances. What I've gotten is a bunch of like, in my world, I would think it would be weird if regular content creators were putting it out, because it's a lot of stickers, it's a lot of like AI, it's a lot of
with
like
Beyonce, yes,
yeah,
yes,
like
yes.
some of how the generations and the
I
transitions are. Like if it was a regular content creator, like our content would not be accepted by the brand. Like let's just say it that way. Like,
well, I agree to your point. Like if you didn't know like it was Beyonce, you'd be like, oh, this is a bot.
Yeah.
This is fake.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. And so like it has
and
been
I have been loving it, but
it's cool. It's like
so
of the
interesting.
Time.
Yeah.
Like I think it's ahead of the time actually. Like I think in a year this is like what a lot of the TikTok trends and things will be, if we even have TikTok. I doubt it. But yeah, I don't know. It's curious. And so she's apparently like in Europe on a boat. Love, respect.
Yeah, respect Beyonce.
No
honestly, she works so hard for us. Like she doesn't have to do anything else for us. Just Yaya alone. I mean, what was it? How many songs was it?
30 something, 20 something. I don't know. It was a ton.
It was incredible. And we're still listening to it. And yeah, I just, where is Beyonce? I don't know.
Now, I don't know if like the Diddy stuff has anything to do with it, and the Jay-Z
well, yeah, because they're deeply tied together.
Yeah, like I'm just like,
and her 16 carriages
are tied to his wagons.
His carriages. Yeah, they're all connected.
For sure. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
That is such a good song, though. All I want to do is listen to 16 Carriages now.
Speaking of TikTok, though, something really disturbing that I saw.
What did you see?
So when people pass on, I've seen like several TikToks of people like
one day more. That's what that felt like.
Literally at the funeral home, like phones up in the casket, like saying goodbye, like going live to say goodbye to Granny. Like
no.
That is exhibit A of why I'll be cremated.
That is so good. Exhibit A of why you should be cremated. I just don't even know. I think phones should be collected at the door at funeral homes.
Oh, for sure.
You don't need to be on it. You don't need to video it. You don't need to take pictures with people. It is a solemn, somber time where you should be celebrating and mourning the person you love. Agreed. And I think it's freaking weird. Weird. I want to be cremated anyway, just because like there's not enough land.
No.
There's not enough land. We're to like go. I don't know. When I die young, bury me in satin. Lay me down on a bed of roses. Like, actually, don't.
No,
don't put me on a bed of roses.
It's kind of the opposite, but sure.
No, literally. Burn me up, throw me in the ocean, tell me you love me. Like you can keep a little of me like in a vial. I can be like Merce in the purse. Merce. He's in the purse. No, literally, you can Merce me all you want. Like Merce and purse me, carry me around with you. I'm carrying your love with me. You can take me with you wherever you want to go. I can be Merce in the purse. I can carry my love with you. We can like country roads, take me on. Like you can take me anywhere. I'm giving you all the music now.
I love it.
But like, don't waste all this money on flowers and this big funeral arrangement. Okay.
For what?
Put it in my will now. That's not what I want. No, literally throw me across the ocean, do a celebration of life. And I want to leave you like $10,000 to go have a big feast and meal.
Wow.
Like that's actually like my dream. It was like, you all go, you go to the ocean.
Go to the ocean.
Spread me out and just make me into sand. Y'all can walk on me all the damn time. I'm going to be footprints in the sand, Bia. Okay? And then here's $10,000 and go have one of the best meals and celebrations of your life.
Love. I'm also going to include a face mask because that's scary to me. If you're at the beach, the wind, the ashes could get in your mouth.
It could get in your mouth. So yeah, put me in a face mask.
Put on some PPE before you throw me out.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe hire a photographer with that $10,000 and go take some amazing new family photos in 2 or 3 days. I don't need like the sad ones of like, oh, here lied Kitty. No, you just go get some beautiful new photos made.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Oh, I love that. Well, we'll play this to the kids one day.
Yeah. I'm like, you can have that. That's my dream right now.
Love. Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. What else? What else do we got cooking?
Ariana Grande.
She says, we can be friends.
Oh, funny story about that.
Because I'm working with his management still and again.
Yeah. So the headline is that Ariana Grande is going to continue working with Scooter Braun after they already separated, right? Like they kind of parted ways, but now are indeed back together. Yeah. And they both put out a statement saying like they're excited to continue working together. And it was all very confusing to me, especially because we just watched her new video.
Yeah.
And it was very lover coded.
It was very lover coded. So the headline is Ariana Grande is to continue to work with ex-manager Scooter Braun's entertainment brand Hybe 6 months after she hired a new management and he lost our clients. What's going on? It's giving conspiracy to me.
Yeah.
And her new video had lover in it.
Like from Taylor Swift, which we know she can't stomach Scooter Braun.
Right. So I'm like, what is happening? And I don't know. The Thank You Next hitmaker, 31, shockingly partied with Scooter Braun, 42, more than a decade in. So she's been with him for over a decade.
Yeah.
And now she's choosing to go back with him. Is nobody else taking her? Is that the issue?
I don't know. Maybe because she did have that scandal at the beginning of the year with the man. I don't even know his name.
Yeah. Finding Nemo.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That one.
He kind of gives Finding Nemo though, honestly.
He does, but he plays
It's the orange.
It's the orange.
It's the orange. The orange gives Nemo, and I can say that because I'm a ginger.
Facts are facts.
But yeah. That's wild. It's so wild. What do you think's happening? Like wrong answers only right now.
Okay, with who? What do I think is happening with who?
What do you think's happening with Ariana? Why is she staying with him? Wrong answers only.
I think wrong answers only. I think Ariana is like going back to a bad ex. You know, like you.
She loves to do that. She loves to be in wrong relationships.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, it's so Ariana coded. Actually,
It's like the Chloe kink shame. Like it's just like it's her MO. Okay, I get it. Like I love this for her. It's very on brand. She's hanging out with like a cheat, a loser, ugly. I still hope Taylor Swift hooked up with Scooter Braun's wife.
Love.
Someone sent your white collar. She's with your wife. She hooked up with your wife. I know it. Like vigilante shit. Go listen to it. It's to me about Scooter Braun and stealing his wife.
Love.
Because they were also getting a divorce at that time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we saw that. And I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything about Justin Bieber in a while with his management and Scooter Braun.
I kind of doubt Justin's like in a space to be releasing new music. And I could be wrong. Like maybe fatherhood is like going to snap him into shape and he'll be like, my eyes are opened up, you know, like,
yeah, I just don't think he needs to. He sold his catalog.
I agree.
Haley's working and she's celebrating 2 years of Rose skincare.
Like I've seen him like in like an actual studio with an orchestra. He's talented. Like, and if that's his passion, he needs to do it, even if it's not under his name. If he releases music under something else, like I think that will feed him just as much as hopefully this new little baby does.
No, I love that, and I love that for him. And we'll just see what happens. But yeah, they all make enough money; they can rest. They can seriously rest. But Ariana, I don't know what's happening there because we did. She was in a cat suit. There was a weird pink love potion that looked so much like.
Well, and there was a sign that said "Lover" and it was identical to the Lover font.
No, literally. And it was in the back of it. And that
she was dressed up as a cat with multiple cats and Pinch Badgley. It was very strange.
It was very Taylor Swift coded.
Yeah.
And what happened with Lover too, this is why it's so interesting that this is dropping right now, is because Lover was released in 2019, May of 2019. And then June of 2019, Taylor was starting to go on her Lover tour to give like all the brand of it. And actually that's when people think that Taylor may come out. Like, let me just put it this way. But then her albums were sold. to somebody, and she always knew her albums were going to be sold, but they were just sold to somebody who has always bullied her and mean to her, per her words, Scooter Braun. And so we thought that they were going to all like come together, Ariana and Taylor, post Scooter Braun leaving management based off this music video.
Well, that's not where I thought you were going with it, but I love that. What I thought you were going to say is, remember there were also like leaked, you know how whenever music they have to put out like who's on the tracks or whatever before. Initially Ariana was supposed to like was credited on the track on a track from Lover.
Yeah, sorry, that's where I got a little sidetracked. Is that Scooter Braun bought Taylor's masters in June of 2019 when Lover was supposed to pop off, which is why I think that track was never released or we never got that extra, because in June when Taylor was doing the big Lover tour, she was in all of her bright colors. Yeah. She was like really out there selling it. That's when that information was out there about Ariana and Taylor.
Right.
Then together. Scooter brought her masters on June 19th. Mm-hmm. And Taylor went from bright, shiny colors to all black. And I think we never got really extra of the Lover stuff. She cut out parts of the Me music video. Yeah. All of that like got weird. And so we thought we were getting pieces of this back. Now we don't know what's happening. We'll see.
We'll watch what happens live.
We'll watch what happens. Lover.
So yeah, it's all very interesting. We don't know anything. These are all just theories and
allegeds, and hopefullys. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wish they would work together. They're like, Ariana has an incredible voice. Taylor has a great voice, but an incredible talent.
Yeah.
And like
someone that I need Taylor to work with, and I'm sure that she would, or maybe even has in the past, but is Troye Sivan. Like I think
she has worked with Troye in the past.
I know, but I need him to like co-write some of her music because like I think he would just like really sex her up a bit.
Yes. Could you imagine Troye, Jack, and Taylor all in the studio together?
Would love.
It would be in the room. It would be a party.
It would be.
And like that's what I want to see a documentary on. Taylor making an album with those two.
Speaking of the young kids music, Chappel Roan.
Chapel!
She was at the Kentuckianian Pride Festival last weekend, I believe. And it's like the first time that festival has ever sold out. She's like such a huge deal now. And then she went to Bonnaroo the next week. They tried to give her a little stage. Was not big enough for all her fans. So they had to move her to like one of the main stages at Bonnaroo.
I'm so obsessed, Chapel. Yeah. I went to Bonnaroo like 14 years ago, it feels like now. Yeah. I mean, it was 2012.
That was scary times.
What'd you say?
Didn't you stay in a tent?
I stayed in a tent. I slept in a tent.
Scary times.
Shit in a, what are those things called? No, your dad used to own them.
Porta potty.
And I paid like $10 to take a shower with a bucket that you water our flowers with. But like,
you're joking.
No, literally.
Did you only get one bucket for $10?
No, you just
unlimited buckets.
It was basically like an unlimited bucket, but like they gave you like a bucket and a shower head, and you just figured it out. Like,
wow.
And you just showered, and it was freezing cold.
How long were you there?
4 days.
You're joking.
You're sweaty. You're hot. You have to shower.
No, of course.
It's a weekend. It's a weekend. So it's 3 days. It's like you get there basically Thursday night. You leave on Sunday. Mm-mm. No. And the line is so long, and they tell you to make sure your car's like super filled up with gas because you can run out on the side of the road because you're waiting to get in because people like clean out your, like they go through your cars before you get there. It's so wild.
Because everyone stays on site, right?
Everyone basically stays on site. You can like come and go.
Can you get like they should have a separate entrance for people who are not going to be staying on site. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, no, it actually backs up on the interstate.
Oh, okay.
Like the interstate, like you go through, so it's in Tennessee and like it backs up on the interstate like for miles. You just get stuck. So it's cool, but it's wild. So Chappell Roan though, amazing talent. Anytime I'm sad right now, I'm just like, put on Pink Pony Club.
You know what that's about, by the way? I found out today. The Abbey. It's inspired by the Abbey and we need to go. We were right by the Abbey. I'm so upset. I took a screenshot to share with you this morning, but I'm telling you now.
My mouth is fully agape. The Abbey, the scene of the crime. Somebody call Allie Luber. I was like, what's her last name?
I couldn't think of it either. It was not coming
to me. Somebody call Allie Luber, who spotted Raquel Leviss and Tom Sandoval together at the Abbey dancing. I just want to get dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club.
And I do. I really love Chappell Roan's range. I feel like her and I hit the same range.
Wait, you can belt Chappell Roan. It's not giving country either.
I know. I can belt Chappell Roan and it doesn't give country. I'll practice maybe later, but Chappell doesn't need me to practice for her to put it on the internet. Chappell does it so well herself. And if you're not listening to Chappell Roan, like you're doing it wrong.
Fix your life.
Fix it. Did you see at the Capitol Festival last week, or maybe it was like last weekend, where she dressed up as a Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, I did actually.
It was so good.
It was iconic. Well, at the Kentuckianian Pride Festival, she was just smoking a ciggy. Loved.
Obsessed.
No
Somebody give her some nicotine.
I think our friends were there.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I slid up on their story. I was like, oh my God, we're literally listening to Chappell right now on the balcony.
I didn't realize they were there.
I think they were there. We'll have to double check. But yeah. They live in Kentucky, so that's why I assumed that they were probably there.
I hope they got to go because my goodness, like talking about shaking your tits, it's such a good time.
Yeah.
Pink Pony Club, baby.
I know. It's like I said last time, just like a shot of adrenaline to the heart that you need. Like it's just happy. It'll make your bad day good. Like if you're having a bad day, turn on Pink Pony Club and dance your life away.
We're dancing. But we were dancing. Dancing with our hands tied.
What a musical Monday episode. I love it.
No, it was such a good musical Monday. Do you want to wrap it up?
I think we should wrap it up.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
But wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
That was Lil Wayne.
Ending on
Lollipop.
Another rap icon. Love.
Yes, so thank you so much for listening to the Couples Couch podcast, where you can hear all of your favorite clickbait culture stories, have a nice little musical time, and get caught up with us. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram. YouTube, anywhere in between. Thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.